in this very moment, or can she devise a fairly specific term or experience? And I'm not feeling person happy. I'm trying to come up with something that is a little more from the heart, as it were, something that's more like caution rather than just taking a term that already exists. Because the term that I can come up with that already exists is not exactly what I mean. But if I'm really good analogy, so in the Gnostic
worldview, or as I will say, through the Gnostic mind, you have people who have no divine connection, you have other people who have intermittent divine connection, and you have other people who have fairly constant or constant divine connection. And then there are people who are operative within their divine connection. And so this would be helix or helix, depending on who's pronouncing it. I say highly. They are the mundane, the worldly only, no spark. And there are psychic people, not psychic in the sense of having mental powers. This was a thing that came about in Greece, and this was an idea that was in Greek, and in Greek, psyche is simply the mind. Those who are psychic are those who are of the mind, so mindful people as opposed to worldly people. And if you look into things like Buddhism or any of the other Enlightenment half-type belief systems, a lot of that has to do with, abandoning the material in favor of the mental or spiritual. So you have mundane worldly people, you have worldly mental people, occasional instances where they connect with the divine. And then you have people who are more or less full-time spiritual connection. This is something few people are born or awaken early into, and for a lot of people it's something you actually have to kind of find. That's kind of the point. And the fourth type are the ones who are operative within their spirituality. Now, there is another gradation or another dimension or something to this system, this setup. That is the archontic influence. Now you've got psychic, you've got pneumatic. Pneumatics are those who are connected to the spirituality pretty much all the time. Those who are Gnostic, truly, like ascended being, are operative within a thing that I'm not going to try to explain, just in case someone watching this video is not on that path or not capable of it. But suffice to say, you are Gnostic. It's an experience that you can't not know that that's what's going on. There are times, okay? And it's just these moments, you have a decision to make, or you have a thing you must do, or whatever. It's almost like being on a mission. Where this connects into what I was talking about at the start, because I'm not just rambling incoherently. Now, the pneumatic influence is the spirituality. It's what you might think of as the Holy Spirit. And it is, of course, distinct from what we think of in the worldly sense of God. I say the word worldly, intentional. Relics are not often likely to be actually, I think, influenced by the archontic, because even that is kind of a form of spirituality. Your true Hylic is an absolute NPC. I don't mean that as a derogatory term. Your psychics. I've heard some descriptions of it. I don't know. It's a weird division between the two. You have people who are just utterly without, and this doesn't mean like people that don't have a verbal inner monologue, because those people have an inner slideshow going on in probably higher resolution than yours. People are not Hylic. So, haunted influence is the oppressive. If you were talking about the Matrix, they're not just agents. It's the entire system, including the code of the virtual reality itself, as well as the rules all of the prisoners live by without realizing it. They are prisoners. Not trying to turn everything in the world into a Matrix metaphor. That's not what I'm talking about. It's a similar kind of thing, and that is, the entire system got already archons. Everything is archons is a place where, they live. The guy puts glasses on and can see what's going on, but without it, he's just advertising. And so the people that fall for the advertising and just, that is archontic influence. People who therefore react potentially negative and violent, emotional, outbursts and whatever are frequently archontically influenced individuals, because whatever it is that freak out or whatever, I'm not saying everyone that does. I'm not archontically influenced. I've definitely had some angry moments. First thing it is that if it is a person that you're having a moment as a psychic, there is more than worldly thing
happening, and you can totally get upset because you notice these shit's not right. In the pneumatic state, not a matter of reacting, it's a matter of acting, a matter of being spirit-driven. In any given moment, the decisions you make or the things you do before you realize you give up, think of it almost as an automatic instinct kind of thing. That's a pneumatic influence is one that removes you from the situation, or one that, whatever it was that made you turn your head so that the bullet only went here instead of here, can totally be a pneumatic influence. The archontic influence is like a person that has an intrusive thought and they give in and listen. And it's people being petty. It's people just like, yeah, I'll show him, and there's like really there's no reasoning or rationale behind any of the decision making. It's simply on this moment, on this whim, feel like fuck that guy. And it usually has to do with steering someone back into the prison. For people who are already out, it's different because deep down from what seem like random directions. Thing is, you can totally learn to recognize the signs way ahead of time. Way ahead of time. Yeah, I've been practicing this 14 years now, no longer than that.
Another soft ACLs all self-set. Yeah, often. I am a nuisance. Oh, you're something out. No, that's the seller. So,
Oh, accessibility. Gatekeepers are out. Success. For others who they are not really in any position or authority.
To be doing so. I'm sorry, it's a terrible term. It doesn't work good. The metaphor that most closely describes it, although it's dangerous in a lot of ways in the sense of how incorrect the actual assessment of nature reality is between the two things, because I'm talking about a video game, a massively multiplayer online game.
From Grand Theft Auto, how to gain this is while Brahmana specifically used in CCA terminology. You are people. The last one of these games, their entire purpose is what is called a try-hard. All they're doing is lying around getting easy kills and in cases where the chase rules so they can't do the same work.
In cases where the opponent is trying to get somehow has the drop on them that they take themselves out, they call it the easy way out, or evil, and in doing this, they basically preserve their kill-death ratio. That's the whole point of tryharding, is the KD, is the how many times you kill versus how many times you die. And the more times you kill versus the times you die, and it's like a high score match bar. It's an imaginary ratio on game. Online, it's not real.
Is a gate, a sweet when all these uses some lesson that here, John. We fire off.
Sorry, he was racist. As long as that's number.
And what this number is nothing. It just represents how many times your virtual fate character, that's the Gnostic part, has killed versus died. It doesn't matter, but they made it so you can't evil like that anymore, so now we may have to face some consequences and accountability at some point. But one thing, too, it is one of the most famous things. It's what's called carnal griefing, and this is the arch metaphor of which I spoke. Carnal griefing involves fire, engaging in carnal transport.
Picks up the cargo. Heads to the drop point, and near the drop point, some asshole tryhard and their friends, or whatever, are camped out.
Hidden, and as soon as the person's out and flying and landed, blow it up. Start over. Cargo reefing, that is what our concepts use Gnostics. And we're looking at what some of the supposed solutions to the issue are, and...
Well, I realize that I offer sneers and constantly. I'm just trying to remember some mantra syllable.
It's either utter or taken away to vibrate similarly. That dispels its archontic influence on all those around me, so I can just move through my day-to-day life without constantly having some kind of try-hard cargo reefing thing going on with whatever it is that I'm doing. Yeah, no, it's like, we reached the point where it's like there's too much to try and I can't be water. A little freaking straw in my pocket with a whole bunch of freaking magic words that I need to utter.
It's like there's a movie. I think it's called Vibration or something.
There's one guy woman that for in the vibrations this Gnostic from non-dual way. Who found out the real high vibration. And he found a half a reality where he could utter these terms.
And the wall was soft, shaking and fucking up all around in the stages, and not having day. But it turned out that they were like still in serious consequences to the rest of reality.
For doing that, and it was all coming back like law of threes and jump. So I realized that wasn't how I wanted to continue doing it. And I already had where I thought was a good method. And I'm fine, the things are great where I'm going, but the problem is that you shot. I'm not even the person doing the cargo now, right? It's not like that. I'm the radical. It is where the cargo is coming. The cargo is blessings.
From Yuma, and these blessings are headed my way. And some try-hard cargo reefers decide to take that out. Start over, haha. If you get mad about it, they've got all the weapons and secretly level great house where you're at.
So the only way to play is to not play. That's how you win. Winning is relative, right? Because what are we talking about? It's a video game. It's a thing that is not the fullness of reality.
And the thing with the Gnostic lens is you are looking at life in a mundane world, much of which is false.
You are striving to maintain the viewpoint of the world understanding.
When it is.
It's your own personal failure or whatever that you're not able to withstand. Because they feed on your low vibrations, they have you upset, they have you humiliated.
They have you feeling down or feeling that something's not right. Yeah, and
that's what they feed on, so you get yourself out and away from that.
You cease emoting in that way because it is possible to affect your own mood and emotions in ways that you can
feel better and move on, but you can't be doing it while under fire. Do so while under fire simply results in a flat-out psychosis.
You become free break from reality, and that's the most dangerous.
So, in the sense of the Gnostic lens on things.
I have breastfeeded your monastery, of which I am the sole occupant and abbot, and the monastery is
insufficient isolation.
That no archonic influence.
All the things that I've just said qualify under a belief system, right?
This is not even a matter of delusion. I'm talking it
symbolically about an actual real-life situation
that I've walked away from because it was not worth the drama or the stress. And clearly,
somebody was gatekeeping the success.
Cargo reefing in Gnostic humanity.
Operating it, suffice to say.
The necessary upward progression
has been done.
It's accomplished.
I've already
won. The victory was mine before the cargo reefing began.
Which is why
I was able to walk away. So, thank you for your time and your stoic hero.
If you're still watching,
please leave a comment at the end that says,
Samael
is not God.